Welcome to Fireteam Chat, IGN's Destiny show. Thank you for joining us today. I'm here with Fran.
What's up, everybody?
Hi.
Hey, Guardians.
Hi, Guardians.
I wanted to say that instead, actually.
Hi, Guardians. Is that
Hey,
your
Guardians.
intro? You hosted the show last week. How'd it go without me?
It was awesome. You
Yeah?
weren't here, so I had a ton of fun. No,
Flawless
it was
production cycle.
Tricky. I mixed up the production in all
saw.
kinds of ways, but it was fun. We had some gameplay in there, but we did make a little mistake on the podcast side. I apologize. I didn't mute the game audio. Sorry about that. Anyway, on to the next week, on to the next battle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Onward and upward.
So it's a small crew today, just you and I.
Yeah, just you and I. And we're going to be talking about a poll that Bungie sent out. They asked, are you still enjoying Destiny? So we did a little poll of our own because we don't have access to those results.
Yeah, yes.
So, I'm a pretty big Destiny guy. So I put a tweet out there. Got 26,000 responses.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is a big sample
big
size. Reddit also did a thread, but we're going to talk about the results. We're also going to talk about the weekly update and some pretty significant changes that are coming to the 3v3 map or gameplay types, the Crucible.
Jose's Crucible.
Yeah. So, Fran, right away, let's talk
Sure.
about that poll.
How about that poll?
People
People
say we're awfully critical about Destiny a lot in the comments. I get
can't
it a lot on
figure
Twitter.
It out. Like, we're paid, apparently, is what they say.
We're paid, but we're too critical.
To love Destiny, but then we constantly hate on the game, and so we are not paid to cover Destiny, for the record.
I wish.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I wish I was paid by Activision.
Yeah, you wouldn't work here if that were true.
Yeah.
But yeah. So where do we stand on the game, I think, is the question, or do you just want to go over the results?
Yeah. So let's take a look at the results right away. Put this poll out on Twitter, and I said, on a scale from 1 to 4 stars, how much are you enjoying Destiny lately? 1, not enjoying. 4, enjoying a lot. And the results were 4
Wait, do you
stars.
have a description for 2 or 3? Did you ever make it that far?
I think people figured it out. Also,
Kind of enjoying on a Saturday is 2.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
See, the Bungie Net forums also released a poll similar to this, and they had a bunch of weird terms like meh, I don't know, and it was all over the place because there wasn't
It can be hard to tell.
a succinct high or low point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, 1 is low.
So 1 star, 62% of the 26,000 votes.
Not enjoying.
Not enjoying. And you have to kind of remember with that, yes, I know a lot of players aren't really enjoying it anymore. I might be on that lower end of enjoyment level, just because there's not a lot for me to do. Yeah. Not because the game's bad.
So when I looked at this poll, 62% people saying they're not enjoying. You go to the high end, it's only 6% saying they're really enjoying.
Shocking.
Or actually, enjoying a lot was your range.
Enjoying a lot.
My big caveat was the poll allows you to vote if you don't even play Destiny and hate it. We know that unfortunately is going to be a result because we see people in the comments every week saying like people still play this game. So I would caveat it a bit. I would bet you it's as much as double the number that it should be because it's like that's a very high number of engagement. But the point is there's a lot of hate for it out there.
Definitely, especially in our community, the IGN community. People see that we cover it a lot and they kind of have been like, please stop covering it so much. But we love the game, and it's our job to talk about the game and what we think about it, critique it, etc.
But there was no way to do this poll to get around it. Like actually, I bring this up because last week I almost put out the poll about do you like Rift, Clash, or Control better?
Yeah.
And one of the options I had for a second was like I'm not playing at all, or I don't even play Iron Banner. But then I was like, oh wait, that's gonna like mess the results up.
Definitely.
But with this, you had to do that. But yeah, a ton of people overwhelmingly saying they're just not enjoying it right now. We know that's palpable in the community. Everybody's talking about is dragging right now. There's just no updates.
Yeah, there's just not much to do. I like hopping in and doing the raid still with my buddies. That's still fun. I'll stream that sometimes at night after work, and that's great. But yeah, I'm also kind of on the side like I want to play other games right now, and that's okay. It doesn't mean I hate Destiny.
Yeah.
Or
it's always like a time versus reward, right?
Yeah.
I've always said that about this game, and like I'm amazed that I'm still jumping back in. Like I've had a lot of issues with hit detection and lag issues in the Crucible, even despite some of these fixes that they seem to be rolling out, where you just like you die even though you should have had the kill.
Yeah.
But I'm still hopping back in and playing. There's something about it.
I apologize. I am listening. I'm just looking for the poll that Reddit did really quick.
Yeah.
And trying to
Feel free to check it out.
Trying to find out what they said. But anyway, they had similar results. So, I mean, I don't really need to look at it.
I don't think, you even, like, I'm glad you did the poll. I don't think you need a poll to tell you that the community right now is not, like, loving it. There's plenty of people that still play a lot. I still play. I'm going to play Trials this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing a show about Destiny, so it's probably not that shocking. But I think overwhelmingly, when you look at what's been in there in the last like 3 months, you know, SRL and some raid challenges.
Yeah.
Like that's mostly it. So unless you like Banner, unless you like the trials and those events bring people back, but just like from PvE standpoint, other than collecting,
we need something.
Yeah,
PvE.
I mean the 320 specials like or whatever heavies and whatnot, getting that out of the challenges, I think brings the core group back, but I think it's even a chore for some people where they're like, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
And I'm never getting the helmet anyway, so I'm just gonna stop playing.
Yeah.
So.
Totally agreed. And I think this new exotic system where you kind of see all the exotics and what you have to collect, I don't know, it feels less special when I get an exotic in year 2. And I don't know, like I feel like I just tore through the content super fast.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people did. And now we're just kind of like, all right, like, what do I do now? I feel like I've done everything.
Yeah, you brought this up when it first launched, and I sort of was like, well, I like having...
You're crazy is what everybody said.
No, I didn't say you were crazy, but it's
not necessarily you guys, but
other people did, yeah. I think it's that balance, right? Like, again, knowing that you can just go and get the chaperone and do this stuff makes it less special.
Yeah.
But at least, the argument I always made is it's not another Fatebringer or Gjallarhorn problem. That literally, there's people that went 8 months, and then the game totally just nerfed it and took it out of year 1. Like, they never got to enjoy Gjallarhorn because of that problem with RNG. So they solved it, good. But now on the other side, I do agree with you. Like, I'm getting drops that are just not that special. I also think the raid weapon drops are just, like, why isn't there an exotic raid weapon drop?
Yeah.
Like, just a flat-out, like, amazing Gjallarhorn.
Well, there's the
weapon.
chest.
Yeah, but the point is it's not special to the raid.
It's not like the final boss.
Vex Mythoclast.
Yes.
That is the perfect example. Like, you craved it.
You could also get Gjallarhorn there.
Exactly.
And Gjallarhorn was like, oh.
But Gjallarhorn can drop anywhere. But my point is, right, the specialness of the drops is gone. So, yeah, I mean, other than getting a 320, which does feel special, they got to balance that out. I mean, have you ever had a 320 exotic drop ever? I mean, I certainly haven't. The chances are so low.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I can't
remember. I think you would remember.
No, I probably infused it, and that makes it so
320 exotic.
Like, oh, I got a 320 I already have. Infuse, forget that I ever got it. I don't care. It's not exciting. It takes away that excitement, you know?
Anyway.
Yeah, you need that special weapon that drops at the highest light level, or like if the max level's 310, have one thing that drops at 320. Yeah. There has to be that thing that you really, really want.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they've got a lot of work to do on that front. And like the next update is PvP. It's Crimson Doubles. So, I think PvE players are really hurting. Like there are a lot of people who just don't play PvP, right? And so they're like feeling like, I think that's sort of, it demonstrates the problems, right? Like it's easier, it's gotta be obviously, right? To just make some modes out of the Crucible. It's a lot harder for them to take core gameplay content from the single or the campaign experience, and actually make something out of it that like a quest and a strike or what have you. But it is surprising, right? There's so much work going into the PvP for these little challenges and SRL and all this, but like nothing in PvE really. Which is a real bummer right now. So that's if they don't talk about something soon, I mean, this is just going to get worse. So
they also had that power shift internally where Pete Parsons is now CEO and everything. So there's a lot going on internally at Bungie that we don't know about. Yeah. However, I want to ask you. You asked me, where's your excitement level?
Oh, with the game.
Yeah, you never said.
Wait, did you answer?
Yeah, I did. I said it's closer to 1. I'd probably say 2 because, like, when I hop on, I still enjoy it. But it's kind of just like a out of habit thing, not a like, oh man, I can't wait to get home and play the raid. You know, was when it launched.
For me, I'm gonna rate a 4 when the original Destiny came out. Right? Okay, that's 4. This is how I rate things, by the way.
Destiny vanilla?
Trained critic at IGN. Yeah, so meaning when Destiny came out, a new franchise from Bungie. 4. Absolutely. Yeah. I was so stoked about this new game, this new franchise.
Get to run Vault every week. Vault was exciting every time you ran it. You never knew if you were going to get that piece of armor you needed.
Well, it was grinding.
But it was a grind.
But the point is excitement level. It started at 4. I'm just setting the bar.
Yeah.
So, if I'm being realistic, for me, it is a 2 right now. Like, Taken King could have been a 4 for a little bit, but mostly was a 3, I think.
Yeah.
Actually,
it was really
significant
good.
Improvements. It just meaning again excitement level. New console, that's a 4 for me.
Yeah,
I'm just setting the bar. So the point is for me, I'm going to say 2, but I have a very high bar for a high level of excitement. So like when Prison of Elders drops, that's like a 3 for me.
That's like a 3.8.
No, it wasn't, it wasn't that high. That's the point. It's like a 2.9. Some people will get that. So it's a 2 for me right now. I mean, I'm excited to play Crimson Doubles with, a couple people.
Yeah.
But the PvE experience is dragging, and it's what everybody's talking about. Like, give us something to look forward to. You know, I'm going to use my Nintendo examples again. Like, there's been a few E3s where all Nintendo had to do was show a Zelda logo. And a sound. You didn't have to do anything but tell people we're working on it. But they're so stubborn that time went on for a whole year, and then they showed us like a slice of it kind of thing. But the point is, Bungie's in a situation where just get a little something out there like that. Like, why can't you tell us something's coming in September, October? I mean, it's an investor relations thing. I'm sure it goes all through Activision. But it's creating a huge problem with the community, because even if I want to come back and play, I'm starting to feel slighted by this relationship with you, who I've invested a ton of time in.
You know what I feel like kind of established that expectation? The leaked slide that was never officially released by Bungie, was never supposed to come out, but now fans have this mentality of, hey, you owe us news. We need to know what's happening with the development cycle. Guys, I hate to be harsh, but really you don't. You were never supposed to see that slide.
That's part of it.
You know?
So I agree. That is set. For sure, a very high expectation of what's to come. It was a roadmap. That's what the community wants. That
was never supposed to be shown to anyone.
But take a slice of that, which is the release of Dark Below, the release of House of Wolves, the release of Iron Banner, and yada yada. That all year one had a path that was tattooed on your year one experience. Year two, you would expect something like that. Even though intuitively, I think they're saying, well, the game was only whatever. $40 if you already owned year one. So it's not a full release. But like, that's not intuitive to a gamer. It's called year two. I expect it to be like year one. That's the way I look at things, right? December, DLC. Iron Banner hit, I forget which month. December as well of last year. Something like that. But the point is, right, Trials hit in was it May? Or whatever month.
Trials, my favorite multiplayer mode ever.
But the point is, it has this pace. It had new weapons being introduced into the world, new exotics, all the above. And now it's almost March. And we've basically got, we've got a couple like PvP things. And I appreciate that they added racing to the game, but that's not significant.
Here's a scary thought. What if they're out of like great ideas and they're like, no, there's no way. There's no way, right?
I know it's like that's conspiracy theory stuff. It's not like they arrived. I know it's kind of.
I'm just like, why are you guys waiting? Like, have you not come to consensus internally about like what's the best big thing to release?
No, I think it is the internal development struggle of. This is what people take for granted. Destiny is like, look at the engine quality. I know it only runs at 30 frames a second.
No, the engine's been,
but it is
like a nightmare to develop for.
But it's very polished. I mean, that's what people I think love about Destiny. The world is very
gorgeous.
It's a very pretty game that behaves in this way, where you can play with 6 people all online, doing all these things. That's a lot of stuff to push to the server, to sync up, to have your game experience not crumble over. I've never made a game engine, but I know enough to know that it's very high end. I speculate that is part of what's caused these issues. They set the bar so high that now they've got, every time they do something, it has to meet this very, very high bar. So it's super expensive to make.
And like the Oryx raid, ridiculously great.
And
Oryx they're just like, awesome. Whoops, that's too good. Like, we don't have anywhere up to go from here.
See, I don't think that. I think they have a billion ideas on the board that they wanted to do in the Oryx raid that didn't even make the cut, that are totally in the next raid, and things they wanted to do in Vault. It's about, again, the time that it's going to take to develop those things, make them work QA. I mean, if you've done QA as well, like, you fix someone's hair movement, and it turns into some huge bug, and so whatever.
Hair movement eats your heavy ammo.
Exactly. So again, I am known as someone, I think, who people will be like, oh, you're making so many excuses, like they, like, stop making excuses for them. You're so
not
far
really
up.
Excuses.
Bungie's
it's just like it's like we're trying to think like, what are they going through? Why is this happening? Here's what a developer typically would go through.
That's right. I'm just trying to explain.
We're kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah, I mean, my point is, I'm just trying to explain how I think they've arrived at where they are, which is they're like, you know what? They could not keep up with that original pace. And so here we are, and we're going to get some release, I think, in September, October. But they couldn't keep up with year one pace. And it sucks. It sucks to be halfway through the year, really invested into a game, and now you're just like, you keep waiting, right? You keep waiting for the response, and every week it goes by, and it's just not there.
I got a question for you. So do they keep dumping development costs into Destiny 1, Destiny version 1, year 2, year 1, whatever, Do they keep doing that and give us like some big new patch, or do they just put it all into Destiny 2 and make a phenomenal sequel?
What do I want? I mean,
what do you think would be better?
Well, at this point, I'm ready to move on to a full-priced, game, a full switch over. I think everybody talks like, please leave last gen behind.
Yeah.
Focus on the new experience, fix the vault. That's what I expected this year. Whether it was exactly everything that we wanted, I did expect a more significant jump. But with all the latest progress and rumors, I'm definitely getting worried.
I feel like they've rubbed fans the wrong way for too long, and they need to just say, hey, let's hold those major releases for the full sequel. I don't think they're ever going to get that swell of excitement like they did with year 2. I think
Taken King?
Well, not for a DLC pack or anything like that. I think they need to focus on Destiny 2. That's their next big push. Here's how we fix the story. Here's what we're fixing with vault space. Here's what we're fixing with raids.
Yeah.
You can expect 4 raids at launch and all this. And look at everything we have for you. You're going to love it for these reasons. We listen to you.
Yeah. And maybe to boil it down more, I still don't expect it would be like a Taken King type release. I've actually always said that. I'm getting nervous more and more again saying it, but I've always expected September, October to be more of what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're leaving behind that vault. We're changing this thing. It's not just going to be, it's another raid, and here's some more exotics. Because that's what you're saying. If it is just that, you're right. It's going to be met with okay, that's not super exciting. I do expect it to be more than that, but I think they're struggling to make all that happen. So I'm very curious to see what happens in the next several months. I think at E3 or around there, we're going to know more. We will know more by then. So actually, the clock is ticking now.
Yeah,
we've only got 3 or 4 months or so to wait. Sorry, my phone's.
That's all right. I was wondering if it was mine. Here's how they get the community back. They eat a big old slice of humble pie at E3 this year, make a big announcement. We know the story sucked. We know we let you. We know that we let a lot
Pete
of you
Parsons'
down.
Opening remarks as new president.
Well, no, I imagine
we know
that
the game sucks.
That would be like Luke.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But you're right. Admit things. Sorry.
We know you were let down by the story in this, and we're doing everything we can to gain your trust again.
Pull a Microsoft. Post Xbox One announcement, basically.
Because right now it's Destiny was boom. Yeah. They need to ramp that up, and I think they do. They get the gamer back by eating that humble pie.
Yeah, I really don't think it's that hard to bring morale back up. The passion for this community and game are really, really high. Therefore, the expectations are high, but even seeing another raid is gonna get people pumped.
Yeah.
Just getting a new set of exotics is gonna get people pumped. So I actually think it's easy for them to overcome this morale issue. It's just for whatever reason they're having to wait for the next 3 months. I don't know. But when it happens, we'll all be excited again. I think, the big question though is how much is in there that our expectations are gonna be met.
Having liked Destiny so much, I don't even know what did people expect when Destiny launched. I don't know what they made up in their head for it to be, that they were so let down. Maybe more of a narrative.
I think,
but we all know the story's awful.
I think a lot of people expected sort of the Halo 2 kind of experience.
Mass Effect.
Maybe Mass Effect even, I don't know. But definitely a very deep Bungie-esque type experience and story. And I think that you heard a lot about that, where it was what is going on with this story? Because Bungie had a precedent for that with Halo. And so I think that was a big one. And when you realized you just had to jump in this world and grind out, a couple of these weapons, and it was a pain to make it past level 20, that's where they started to lose people. Yeah. Because the barrier to entry was too high.
They lost half of them with the story. They lost the other half when they hit the 20s.
Yeah. I know a ton of people who do not know what Destiny is.
Yeah.
Because they only got to level 17. And they're I think I know what it is. I'm not really. Because it's totally a different experience once you sort of get to the high level and play there. So.
Fran, I know you're on a tight schedule, so I'm going to move you along a little bit. But I really want to talk about the special ammo change for 3v3 multiplayer types. We said we'd talk about it at the head of the show. But they're changing it. They're basically, you're not going to start with sniper ammo is the big change.
Special ammo. But snipers are a big problem. When they're sniping the special ammo.
It's special ammo specifically for snipers. So your sniper will not start with special ammo is what I'm reading. So you can... People are hypothesizing that your sidearm will still get ammo, but not your sniper.
What they specifically talked about the shotgun problem as well. So intuitively, I understood that as right, like it was just a special. Nobody's going to start with special ammo. So
it's a little hazy, in my opinion.
No. They do. Here's what I think is confusing because they talk about the sniper problem and they illustrate it. But what Derek says is this guy is senior designer Derek Carroll.
Yeah.
And he was being interviewed by Deej and the team. How will the February update change the special ammo economy in the Crucible? Can't speak today. Apologies.
Economy.
How will it change, Derek? Derek says, after the update, players will start certain matches, note, without special ammo. Once the match has begun, those green special crates will behave in the same way you're used to, right? The countdown begins. You go find them. So, yeah, I take that as, I mean,
all weapons.
It's everything. Yeah. And so, right, they're trying to keep people from just starting with special ammo as well, obviously. They did confirm on Twitter, I saw Invective and Icebreaker will also start with null, but obviously they have to start generating.
Good to know.
So they got that part fixed, but yeah, they say that all 3v3 playlists will feature the new special ammo behavior, so 3v3, skirmish, salvage, elimination, trials, and any rotating 3v3 playlist. So for trials, obviously, this is huge, so I think it's great. And he says, Derek says, I will take special care to say that Rumble is not a 3v3 mode and is safe from the change. So Rumble and 6v6, they were saying, for now at least, will be that.
This is good.
Why do you think this is good?
Well, I saw My Name is Bife talking on Twitter. He's just like,
he was on the show last
I'm going to be
week.
rocking No Land Beyond and a sidearm. Get wrecked, everybody.
Oh, nice.
You know, because it's still a sniper. It's primary. It takes 2 shots to down somebody, like 2 headshots. But that might be a good loadout. And I like that the community is already like, all right, how can I work around
universal
this?
remote.
Yeah.
And No Land Beyond.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if actually, I mean, it's a valid point. Are people going to be breaking out No Land Beyond? I only read the update early this morning.
For something like Trials, it might be good to start with your No Land Beyond sidearm loadout. You snipe some people for Trials. You know, you get those early kills, and then you change your loadout once Synth pops.
Yeah,
it's a interesting strategy.
I tell you what, I would start with. Yeah, maybe I'll have to figure this out. Yeah, start with No Land Beyond, and then get. Hopefully, you have like a shoddy or a sniper. Yeah, I was like, wait, you can equip both snipers with rescue mag, and then if you get critically damaged, you'll probably get some ammo.
Yeah.
If the countdown doesn't make it by that time.
Have your friends grenade you or something, or grenade yourself so you get the ammo.
I haven't tried that with rescue mag.
I haven't either.
It probably works because that's a really great idea.
That'd be funny, right?
I need totally going to test that. That seems really messed up. Great, Destin, you broke the game.
Derek's like, no, he figured it out.
But yeah, I think people are going to adapt quickly. It's a very crafty community. It's a vocal community, and you're already reading before it starts of what people are going to do to adapt to it. I think we're going to see a lot of invectives. Invective already was kind of a pain in the neck. It's it's not as bad as Thorn, but it's like
I like
Thorn.
Invective.
But it's only in these 3v3 modes.
How do you feel about that? Do you think this is a good move?
Oh, I definitely think it's a good move. Yeah, I think that...
It was like a sniper game, right? Basically.
Special has always been a problem. You know, like remember when it was just always there? Like when it first started in year 1, it was like up. It just kind of spawned in random locations, but it was basically...
No, in year 1 it was set spots.
Yeah, and so, but they would sort of rotate. Is my point. So meaning you would just be running from special to special, but it was always somewhere, basically. Then they fixed that, reduced it, it helped. But now, you know, starting matches with some special ammo and
now you start with none.
I know, was causing a problem.
Ones,
so now it will fix that. So I think it's a good thing. Like, God forbid we have to go toe-to-toe with some primary weapons. Like, I would actually, I don't know if I've said it before, I'd love a mode where actually either, the special thing is really put off or just remove it.
Yeah.
I don't want to play the whole thing like that. I love sniping. I love shotguns and stuff and fusions. But it's amazing how many people immediately just switch over to special.
Here's my thing. I'm like, my immediate thought was, oh, great. You get rid of primaries that do elemental damage. So that's gone. Now you take away my special ammo. You know, like next up, nobody starts with ammo. Yeah. All grenades and melees.
Introducing boxing in Destiny.
Yeah. They're like, you know, oh my God, what a great April Fool's joke.
That's just a good idea. You ruined it.
Instead of grenades, you'll throw confetti. We want you to like really learn each other's feelings before you start fighting.
Death by haikus.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing, but without playing it, it is hard to say. But I mean, I feel good about it. I mean, the amount of times that you're getting sniped off the beginning of these matches and stuff is just dumb. So hopefully that'll fix things.
Fran, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, we should also mention, we're pretty much out of time, is that right?
Yeah.
But we should mention that they did fix in the raid, as the last thing, right? They fixed.
Yeah, ogres don't teleport anymore.
I don't think that hits until February 9th, the Crimson Doubles
But
update.
with the 2.2 whatever update?
2.11, I think?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Yeah, 2.11.
February 9th.
Ogres teleporting, which obviously creates a huge issue in the raid.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
So they're
bit.
fixing that, and then what was the other thing they fixed?
It was a raid-related bug.
Yeah, it was with the raid. I'm just forgetting because.
You don't snap the camera back when you dunk the thing.
Yeah.
So if I turn around this way, it's not going to make me look that way when the animation finishes.
Yeah, I never had a problem with that, but it was causing problem for some runners, so it'll stay.
Like
in the runner
every
mode.
time I dunk, like I'm getting ready to run that way, so I'm like, all right, the animation's playing, but then I'm running that way. You know.
Oh, actually, that's right. I
was
didn't
very
realize that. I
disorienting.
thought this wasn't a problem up in the air. Yeah, on the Death Singers, that was a huge problem. I could never tell which way I was going.
Yeah, you're like, all right, I dunked it. I want to go. Oh wait, they threw me.
It's funny. I didn't realize that was this problem. I thought it was up in the air and I didn't experience it. Yeah, I hate that thing. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're fixing it. So.
That's what I read it to be.
Cool.
Anyway, that's it for this week. You want to plug anything quick?
No, well, yeah, I mentioned last week we have Apple TV app. We've had it out there for a while now. We just updated it. We've been featured. Check it out if you have the new Apple TV. Really great experience. I love it. Actually, my preferred TV app for IGN. You can watch Fireteam chat and everything else on there. As always, leave that app review in the store, but also Fireteam chat if you're checking it out in podcast form anywhere. And you can always watch us on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, YouTube, and everywhere else.
And if you like IGN After Dark, you and I stream a little bit now. You've been playing a lot of Destiny with fans.
The Destin channel. Be sure to check out. Destin is rocking more than just Destiny. I've mostly just been on Destiny.
Oh, I'm so hooked on XCOM 2 right now, Fran.
Oh,
it's
really?
really good.
Okay, so you'll probably be playing that this weekend.
Yeah, I still got a raid to finish this week, though.
I'm going to the Lighthouse this weekend, probably.
Yeah.
And we should do some Crimson Doubles. I'm FM3_ on Twitch. Kept it nice and simple. But be sure to check us out after hours and on the weekends.
Yeah, cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Until next time, Guardians out.